So these are just a couple of books that I am bringing down to Forgotten Angels to raffle off for the cause. Anyway, you know I make books using Nick the Booksmith techniques and some stuff that I glean off of Etsy or just scavenging. But anyway, I've put these books together and I want to take them to Forgotten Angels, and the money that is raised from raffling and or selling them or auctioning them will be donated to Forgotten Angels. So this is a really nice book. It's done in a ledger style, so it looks like an old book. I'm pretty proud of this because it's actually the first one I tried to make in this style, and I thought it turned out super cool. It's got a printed leather fake cover on it with some Nick the Booksmith bits and bobs, and I painted this. It's just an old piece of bed sheet that I painted black to look cool. I put it over a curved spine. You can see that this little book has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signatures in, which we know means groups of pages that are bound together in a pleasing fashion. I added the pleasing bit. Inside of this book, you'll notice that it has some little bits and sticky things that I put in here. The signatures are bound onto a piece of fabric and some other sturdy things. And let me just tell you, this will survive in your saddlebags as long as you keep it sort of dry for a long, long time. It's got a lot of pockets. I've done some sewing on the pages. I've tucked in some weird random bits of stuff because I love my random bits of stuff. This is not a lay flat style book, but I have no doubt that over time it will become one, which means eventually it's gonna. I put a lot of nice pockets and tuck spots in, like I've already said. There's some ledger pages. There's about 120 pages of, randomness in here. I really like that you can kind of see the spine peeking out through the signatures. I put some pages of like old file folders in here that I dyed just so they'd look cool. I put some old pieces of dictionary in there in case you're lost for that word. You could look up seasoning. Yeah, so lots of old stuff in here. More pockets, some stenciled papers, and you can still write on all of these. You can use the pockets to store your receipts or whatever have you. Yeah, so these would be really nice, and this has a shelf value of at least $120 is what the price is on these just to sell on this particular version. The other book is a little bit more spendy, but since going for a good cause, I'm sure you guys would not mind dipping into your pockets. And of course I put my sticker on the back, and here's an ex libris, so you can write your name and your contact information there after you win it. And there's the back side of it. I just love the way that one turned out. So that's the storybook. This is the saddlebag book. Now I know it looks kind of pre-grunged for you, but I did that deliberately. See? I made this on the back of, it's actually an old book that I had gutted. I took some old fabric and I dyed it, and I didn't like the way it turned out, so I stenciled it, and then I didn't like it still, so I messed around with it some more, and it gave me this really random cover effect. I put some stickers on here. Well, they're not stickers. They're things that I printed off and added. And like I said, it's pre-grubbed for you, so there's that. It's got a hidden spine with some gauze sticking out. It has got, remember, signatures of those groups of papers. It's got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 9 signatures. So this is going to have about 160 pages. It's going to have, again, the tucky spot with some sewing in it. This one is a little bit more random in that it's a specific travel book, mostly. I say mostly because we all know I'm a little bit random. I gave you a spot designated for pictures or your stickers or whatever. I put in some pages out of a horticulture magazine you could read if you ever get bored. Some more tea-stained pages that have been, like I said, all hand sewn in. Yeah, no extra charge for that piece of string there. Sometimes when I sew, I forget to take the pieces of string out, but I'll clip that a little bit. I did a lot of like just random stitching extra stuff on, and this is the other half of that envelope. Some of the things I printed off from Nick the Booksmith's Etsy site, and some of it I just kind of followed my own whim, so to speak. Yeah, these are just some old music books that I had. Again, some random stuff that I did. Random is the watchword here. I usually try to tuck a notebook in one of the books I make so that you have a little something to put in your pocket. I don't know why. It's just a thing. I made a bookmark for this, again, from Nick the Booksmith. This is a trend here, people. I love me some Nick the Booksmith. She pretty much taught me how to make books, and I can't thank her enough. She is not really on YouTube anymore, but she still has some things available on Teachable. And if you want to learn how to make books, you should go over and get some classes from her. This is another deep pocket that has something hidden in there, and I'm not going to tell you what. Some graphing paper, a little piece of folded paper with a paper clip on it. I just thought this turned out really pretty, so I stuck that in there. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things to look at in here. There's something from, it's an old NASA book. I think I slurred. It's an old NASA book. Yeah, and like I said, there's a lot of lined pages, some other interesting things to look at, lots of spaces to write your thoughts, your plans. Yeah. So this is also hopefully going to be available at Forgotten Angels for auction or drawing or however they want to let it free into the world. I sewed this piece of ribbon on here with my little trusty sewing machine. And then I tucked some things in there. You don't have to leave the tucky things in there. I mean, you know, you can untuck the tucky things and take them all out. But I just thought they were fun, so that's why they're there. Yeah. And, of course, my Gma rides. And the back of this lovely thing. Anyhow, those are the books that I'm hoping will go up to benefit Forgotten Angels. And if you are interested, you can certainly bid. Let me know.